Hi, I'm Cameron Smith, and today I'm going to teach you how I use the glitch effect in After Effects. To start, when I open up a new project, I always save it just so I have a saving reference and that I save throughout just in case something crashes, which happens all the time with Adobe products. It is already set up, so I'm going to Command S. I'm going to save this to my hard drive, which I've already made an awesome folder for, how to glitch, into my project folders. As you can see, I'm a very organized person, and every tool has a box, so make sure you do have specific spots for things. Anything that happens with the project, keep it in there. That will help you in the future. So I'm going to save it in the project folder. I'm going to call it how to glitch. Right there, save. Perfect. So anytime I am thinking that I need to save it, which is every single second, Command S, and it does it. Cool. All right, so let's start a new composition. That's going to be called how to glitch 1. Just to make sure I need to duplicate, I can. It's in 1080 at 25, which is perfectly fine. 10 seconds, background is white. That's okay. Click OK. Here we are in this. Now, just to start this off, I'm going to be glitching one logo into the other. I actually chose the Adobe logos that I'm going to glitch into each other. So I'm going to import those in. Under the stills, here we go. Both of these. They're in here. Now, as I'm organized on my hard drive, I'm also organized in my project folder. So I'm going to set up a folder for stills. Enter. And I'm going to drag these into there just so that I have it organized. I also like to do a comps folder. I don't think that I'll have more than one comp for this tutorial. However, I do like to make sure I keep it consistent. Okay, what we're also going to need to import is a glitching video. Now, I found a standard free glitching video on YouTube that I downloaded, and I'm going to be using it in this tutorial. I'll put the link in the description below so you can find it as well and use it for your glitching effects. I'm going to double click here. That's another way to import it. I'm going to choose Effect, Tutorials, How to Glitch, Video. It's under my video assets right here under Screen Glitch Footage. Open it up. And as everything else, make a folder, video, or videos, and drag it right in there. Perfect. We are all set up and everything is aligned. So the first things I'm going to put in is our After Effects. I'm just going to either drag it down here to start it or Command Z, or I can drag it right on here to start it. Sometimes if you're trying to just place something, you can do it that way. Now, obviously this is too big, so I can either zoom out and drag it while holding Shift to remain constant scaling to scaling properties. Because if I don't hold Shift, I do that. So if I press Shift and hold it, it will remain its properties, which is what we want to do. Or zooming in, I could go down here and press S for scale and do it this way. Now, obviously, if you go backwards in negatives, it will go upside down. So let's pick a good size. I'm going to go 30. That's fine with me. Now, it doesn't seem quite centered to me, so I'm going to click on it. I'm going to go to the Align section. I'm going to line it up vertically and horizontally, and that usually does a pretty good job. Okay, perfect. So I know that this tutorial is going to have one object glitching into the other, so I'm actually going to clip this right in the middle, right here at 5 seconds. And an easy way to do this, other than dragging it from the end and doing that, Command Z, is to do Shift Command D. If you're not using a Mac, I don't know what to tell you. It's one of those other Control Windows keys over there. You can ask somebody who uses Windows products. They will probably tell you. I think it's actually like Control or something like that. So, but for Apples, it's Command. So anyways, got that here. It's right there for you. And then I'm actually going to add the next one because I know I'm going to glitch it into there down here. I'm going to do this fast. I'm actually just going to drag that. Boom. So that way it goes into here. Now we're running into the same problem because they're pretty big files. I'm actually just going to match the scales. So I press S for both of them. That one's at 30%. So I'm going to type in 30, enter, and look at that. They are all aligned. Perfect. So from here, we are going to throw down our screen glitch effect. Now I'm just going to drag this down right here and it will play through. Now, as you can see, it doesn't look very pretty right now. That's actually just glitching itself. But we are going to use that as actually a reference tool to move the layers that we want to move. And here's how we do it. We are going to take this and we are going to kind of scale it up, do the properties, so that it's the full width of the screen. And then the effect that we're going to be using is here in the effects presets window. I'm going to type in I'm going to start typing in displacement map. It'll pop up. It's right here what we're using. Click and drag onto the first one we're using here. Now, once I put that on there, it's clearly not doing much. It adds maybe like kind of a doubling kind of look to it, which is not what we're going for. So the way you change that is you pick the displacement map layer that it's referencing to for the movement. Right now it's on itself, which is why it's not doing anything. So I'm going to go ahead and click screen glitch for the actual thing that we put in there. Now you can actually see that it's starting to glitch out, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to play that back so you can see what that looks like. And as you can see, it is going pretty much with the video behind it. It's pretty similar. So I'm going to pause it because we're not trying to keep this glitch footage in our footage. That would look a little tacky. So what you can do with this layer is it actually is just a reference. So you turn the video layer off. It will maintain its glitching properties, as you can see here. Although they are minor at the moment, it will retain them there. Now, as you can see here in this window, it is pretty small. It is a pretty small area that it's glitching, which is because of this. Right now, we have our displacement map behavior only on center map, which means it'll be in just the center of the layer that you're choosing. So I'm going to choose stretch map to fit, which will actually extend it to all the four corners of the layer, as you can see here. There we go. Now we're getting a really good consistent glitch. So from here, you can do all sorts of adjustments to the displacement layer and the displacement map effect itself. Here you see the max horizontal displacement, which you can go all sorts of ways, as well as the max vertical displacement, which you can go all sorts of ways. At the moment, we're on a freeze frame, so it doesn't look like we're moving a lot. Let me get to a good one. That way you can kind of see everything that we're moving. Now, like I said, it is referring to this actual video. So if there's certain parts of the screen glitch video that you choose, for example, this one that looks a little different, maybe adjust it to where it references exactly on that part. You can move this around. It will reference exactly what part of the screen glitch footage that is right underneath it. That's the cool thing about this, so you can keep it different and change it up. Now, by adjusting this, you are changing the directions and the values and the amount that it goes up, down, left, right, and all those cool things with glitching. So the cool thing about this is, as with most effects in After Effects, you can keyframe these. So what I'm actually going to do is I just press the stopwatch for both, which enables keyframing. Then I'm going to click the U key, which will show all of the effects that I have keyframed on the window here. And right now it's left at where I was messing around with it. Let's go ahead and I'm going to take it back a little bit and I'm going to put some 0 values before it. Because what I ultimately want it to do is come from non-glitching to glitching, which is coming from here and having it go into glitching here. Now, what I want to do ultimately is I want the After Effects logo to glitch into the Premiere logo, which as it stands, it still looks pretty cool. And I'll play that back real quick. But it doesn't look very full. That's because I haven't extended the displacement map effect onto the next layer, which is what I'm going to do now. Now, because we're just keeping it simple, I'm going to go ahead and copy Command C this effect here. And I'm going to put my playhead right here because that's where it will start the first keyframe of the pasting. I'm going to press Command V for paste. It does show like the reference circles, but to see them just like this as a double layer, I'm going to hit U on this one as well. That'll pop them up. Now, this has it copied from 0 value to the values that we adjusted. Now, I'm actually just going to reverse that to keep it easy. Here we go, and I'm going to put all of them right there. So now, as it glitches right into there, You don't even see it change almost. I'll play it back one more time. It's almost seamless. It's pretty cool. Now that's pretty much your basic glitch effect. Now if you wanted to keep the glitch effect sometime in the middle, just kind of come in and out glitching, you can make them shorter time periods and add another 0 value on the end, which I'm just going to copy this first one and then paste it at the end so that it kind of just comes in and comes out. Comes in, comes out, which looks pretty cool. You can play with how small you want these to go, and for that I was actually just holding the Alt key on the last keyframe, and you can extend it while maintaining the relative distance properties between each keyframe, which is kind of a nice tool to use. I can make it quick, or I can make it a little longer. Do it again. Depending on how you want to do it. Now I'm going to delete that end one, and I'm going to slide these all the way to the end as I had it before. Just keeps it pretty nice here. Cool. And I am back to having a pretty awesome glitching effect. That's pretty much it. You're going to be messing around here in this displacement map window a lot, getting it in and out, having higher values, lower values, and how you want to do it. Now, word of advice is if you were trying to create a steady come in and out glitch effect throughout, make sure you do change it up a bit. Don't just copy and paste. And here's what I mean. If I'm going to set a keyframe here for a 0 value, and then I want it to go, just pick some random values, and then go back to 0, just for a quick, I'm just going to copy these. So it just comes in real quick. If I were to copy and paste, now it'll look almost the same, just different by the reference of that, but it's going to go in the same directions. Now, if I were to just change this middle one to the opposite, right now it's at -71, and now I change it to 71, and it's 46, so I change it to -46. That way it'll look almost completely different than the previous one, which keeps it nice and interesting. You can also lower the values a little bit so that they're not as extreme. Just giving it a little more characteristic. Just like that. And maybe throw in a couple of those. Changing it just a bit. Going to the negatives now. 18, 14. So it's like boom, boom. And then that looks pretty cool. Nice and custom. And it looks nice and sweet. And you are there with a glitch effect that looks pretty awesome. Thank you guys for watching this tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you did, please click like, hit subscribe, because I'm going to be coming out with some more relating to this kind of stuff later. Thank you guys for watching.